Thank you. Mr. Higgins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank our panelists for being here today. I joined the Army in 1988, began boot camp in 1989 as private, one-station unit training, wanted to be an MP. That ended up working out for me. But one of the initial lessons that you learn very quickly when you step off of that bus and you have to face these guys at a car from granite wrapped in leather, tapping that brown round against your forehead, is you are no longer you. You now belong to the United States Army. To discuss diversity as if it was ever some sort of an effective mechanism by which a deadly force could be established to fight and win wars across the world, to liberate the oppressed for generations, is insane. We don't care about anything other than the deadly effectiveness of our Army. It requires discrimination, because developing deadly skills in a force of men requires us to recognize distinction, to discriminate between those who can become lethal weapons and those who cannot. Nobody cares about your color of your skin, your cultural background, your ethnicity, who your mama or your daddy was. Your ass now belongs to the Army, and we're going to make a soldier out of you, or we're going to remove you from this unit. And you go do something else. No problem. The world needs insurance salesmen and everybody else. But if you want to be a soldier, we're going to carve you into what it is to be a soldier. I don't understand why my colleagues can't see the difference between civilian life and military life. Nobody's firing live rounds at us up here. That's not part of our designated job description. But it damn sure is a job description for our soldiers. And we can't fill our ranks in the United States Army right now. You know why? I think you do know why. Because conservative families across America that have a deep lineage of military service are not encouraging their sons and daughters to join the Army because of this crap that our sons and daughters are having to deal with now in the Army, that my colleagues are applauding, like, yay. You know, we need to diversify. They want to diversify it. We're called uniform for a reason. We must be uniformly deadly and effective, rapidly deployed. Well, we care not what the color of the skin is to the soldier next to us, or whether or not he's gay or straight. That has zero to do with the performance of our Army. And yet we are indeed attempting to indoctrinate those very civilian considerations into our military. That's why you can't fill the ranks, because traditional American families know that that's a wrong formula. Ranger Tebow. Rangers, lead the way.
All the way, sir.
Oh, so I'm going to ask you, your opening line of your statement, you rightly draw upon a distinction regarding considering between those who join our military and those who choose just other courses of life. You said, I quote, training in the United States Army is meant to melt away the effects of civilian life and to forge Americans into soldiers ready to devote their lives to the mass application of violence on behalf of American interests. Can you speak to the uniqueness of what it is to be a soldier as opposed to being a civilian in America?
To be a soldier is to live a life where you take for granted the fact that you would die for the person next to you, and that you would enter an arena where that death is possible on purpose, and that you would be prepared as a team and as a person to do whatever it took, not to survive, but to win. and even if that requires immense suffering, sacrifice, and an inconvenience every day for you and your family.
Did you ever, for one day, at any time, consider the diversity of the ranger next to you?
No.
Thank you very much. Mr. Tebow, Mr. Lomere, General, thank you all for your service. Mr. Chairman, I yield.